Welcome to our channel. In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 scariest places in the world. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for future updates. Looking for more terrifying locations? Check out our listings of the best Halloween attractions in travel and the world's most terrifying places. 10. Château de Brissac, Maine at Loire, France. The giant of the Loire Valley, with 7 stories, 204 rooms, multiple picture galleries, and a private opera house seating 200 people, is France's highest castle. The Counts of Anjou built the stronghold in the 11th century, and King Louis XIII visited in 1620. The most active is La Dame Verte, Green Lady, who was allegedly King Charles V's illegitimate child and was slain by her husband in the chateau in the 15th century when he discovered her having an affair. She is frequently seen in the chapel's tower room, dressed in her green gown with gaping holes where her eyes and nose should be. She may be heard moaning around the castle when she is not startling people with her apparition. The chateau is a popular hotel that conducts special events such as a Christmas market and wine tastings from the chateau's vines. Those daring enough to remain the night will be treated to elaborately adorned chambers with vintage furniture. 9. Monte Cristo Homestead, New South Wales, Australia. In 1876, wealthy landowner Christopher William Crawley built a late Victorian home with elaborate cast iron latticework. It is said to be Australia's most haunted mansion. Pick your poison. There's the little boy who fell down the stairs, the maid who fell off the balcony, and the stable lad who died in a fire. The ghost of the caretaker's son, who was discovered curled up next to his mother's dead body and chained for 40 years, is the most active. The house is now a B&B that serves dinner followed by a ghost tour where you can discover all about the house's horrible past. Those who are brave enough can spend the night at the eerie mansion. 8. Bangar Fort, Rajasthan, India. Bangar Fort, the remnants of a 17th-century fort city, consisting of fort walls, bazaars, havelis, royal residences, and several temples, with 3 great stories to explore. However, don't be misled by the magnificence of these remains. They are India's most haunted fort. Singhiya, a wizard, and Ratnavati, a princess who turned down his advances. According to legend, when she tossed away the enchanted oil he hoped would make her love him, it turned into a boulder and crushed him. But not before cursing the palace and its residents, dooming them to death with no prospect of reincarnation. According to another legend, the fort was cursed by a local ascetic because its shadow overshadowed his property. And it appears that anyone attempting to construct a roof for the fort will have it collapse. Bangar Fort, often known as the House of Ghosts, is now an archaeological site. It is possible to hire a guide to walk you around the site and tell you about its strange history. Visit during the day because the fort is locked from nightfall to sunrise, and locals believe that anyone who spends the night among the remains will never be seen again. 7. Myrtle's Plantation, USA. The home of Myrtle's Plantation is located in the little hamlet of St. Francisville, northwest of New Orleans, and is surrounded by a 125-foot veranda. A large French crystal chandelier hangs above the stained glass entrance door, which leads into a spacious foyer. It's no wonder that there have been so many recorded ghost sightings, the most famous of which is Chloe, who had her ear cut off by her boyfriend. She wears a green turban and has even been photographed staring carefully at tourists in their beds. Another young child, dubbed Ghost Girl, may also be seen gazing through the house's window in a more recent photograph. A youngster bouncing on the beds, a soldier, a voodoo priestess, and the ghost of a previous owner who was shot in the chest have been heard staggering up the stairs where he died are among the other strange occurrences. Despite its reputation as America's most haunted house, the estate is now a charming bed and breakfast with 12 rooms. The location also offers ghost tours, with daily trips as well as creepier and more popular evening tours. Visitors will soon be able to enjoy fresh, local cuisine at a new restaurant on site. 6. Dragsholm Slot, Denmark. Dragsholm Slot, or Dragsholm Castle, was built in 1215, making it one of Denmark's oldest fortresses and rumored to be Europe's most haunted castle. Parts of it were used to house noble and clerical criminals in the 16th and 17th centuries, and it was renovated in the Baroque style in 1694. At least 100 ghosts are said to haunt the castle, including the Earl of Bothwell, Mary Queen of Scots' husband, who died as a prisoner there. The skeleton of the White Lady, whose skeleton was discovered enclosed in a wall by workmen in 1930, may also be seen strolling the hallways. The castle has been turned into a 5-star hotel with opulent rooms and a Michelin-starred restaurant serving locally produced cuisine. The hotel gives a guided walk of the building's history, but for a genuinely horrifying experience, arrange a ghost tour that includes a 2-night stay, a tour of the creepy residence, and supper at the gourmet restaurant. 5. Ancient Ram Inn, Gloucestershire, England. The inn, which was built in 1145, was used by priests to house slaves and labourers who assisted in the construction of St. Mary's Church. It is situated on 2 ley lines, areas thought to have spiritual energy from Stonehenge, and is located in Watton-under-Edge. It was also the site of a child sacrifice and devil worshipping, according to reports. The rerouting of water on the ancient Ram site is thought to have opened a portal for dark energy, resulting in many ghosts haunting the inn. The witch's room is supposed to be haunted by a woman who was burned at the stake for being a witch in the 1500s. A high priestess has been observed sitting on a bed, a centurion on horseback has been seen walking through the walls, a girl's agonizing screams have been heard, a monk has been seen in the most haunted apartment, and even a succubus has been seen slipping into the beds of visitors. The inn, on the other hand, hosts several paranormal events. 4. Castle of Good Hope, Cape Town, South Africa. The Castle of Good Hope, built by the Dutch East India Company in the 17th century, is South Africa's oldest structure. The first ghost sighting occurred in 1915 when a tall gentleman was observed leaping from one of the castle walls and wandering between the bastions of Leerdam and Oranjie. The Lady in Grey, a well-known ghost who was frequently seen racing through the castle holding her face and screaming violently, has not been seen since a woman's body was discovered during excavations. The bell in the bell tower ringing on its own and the ghost of a black hound pounces on unsuspecting guests then vanishes into thin air are 2 other unexplained happenings. The castle, arguably one of the best preserved 17th-century structures in the world, is today a major tourist destination with 3 prestigious museums, a memorial to Crotoa, the Khoi Nation's leader, and the opportunity to discover more about the castle's hidden history on a guided tour. You can also eat in the front courtyard cafe while watching the key ceremony and cannon launching. 3. Hell Fire Club, Montpelier Hill, Ireland. The Hell Fire Club was a hunting lodge erected in 1925 for Irish parliamentary speaker William Connolly. The building's stones come from ancient passage tombs, which are claimed to have enraged the devil, leading to the association of the place with the supernatural. The lodge is said to have become a hangout for a tiny clique of Dublin's upper crust who congregated for debauchery and devil worship. Its ruins are located on the peak of Montpelier Hill in the Dublin Mountains foothills. The structure is associated with stories of animal sacrifice, black masses, cloven-hoofed men, and murder. The most popular story involves a devilish creature in the appearance of a man who was only found when one of the players dropped a card and observed the guest had cloven feet when he picked it up. 2. Banff Springs Hotel, Alberta, Canada. The Banff Springs Hotel in Alberta, Canada, is modeled after a Scottish baronial castle and is said to be one of the country's most haunted structures. After panicking when her garment caught fire, a bride slid down the stairwell, breaking her neck. She is frequently seen dancing in the ballroom, with flames shooting from the back of her gown. In room 873, a family was slain. The family may still be seen in the corridor outside the room, even though the door to this room has been bricked up. Sam Macaulay, a former bellman who worked at the hotel in the 1960s and 1970s, still enjoys escorting guests to their rooms in his 1960s outfit. If you try to tip him or strike up a discussion with him, he vanishes. 1. Poveglia Island, Italy. This little island, located between Venice and Lido in the Venice Lagoon, was a haven for mainlanders fleeing invasions. Venetians infected with the bubonic plague were taken here to die in the 14th century, and when they died, they were burned on massive pyres. During the 1800s, the location was also utilized as a psychiatric asylum, where people were tortured and experimented on. If you ask a local, they will tell you that the island is haunted by ghosts and plagued by evil spirits. Visitors have reported hearing voices and screams, as well as witnessing black, transient shadows. Many people claim that as soon as they step onto the island, they are overcome by an overpowering evil sense. Despite being on the verge of being auctioned off to a businessman, The island remains deserted and off-limits to most tourists. Even if you were allowed to visit the island, finding someone willing to take you there would be difficult, as many residents are afraid of being cursed if they set foot on Poveglia, and fishermen refuse to fish in the region for fear of dragging up human remains. So that's it for today. What do you think of our video? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and would like to hear more from us, please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications before you go. Thank you so much for watching us.